Hello fellow engineers and welcome to Polybridge, and this is a very special video because we finally hit 250,000 subscribers. I say finally, but I don't think anyone expected us to do it this fast. But yes, 250,000 people have pressed that little subscribe button. 250,000. Do you know how many that is? The estimated number of people that attended Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. The number of sweat glands in your foot. How many pounds you could spend to buy this house in Britain. How many turkeys walked from Norfolk to London in the 18th century every year. The number of gallons you can store in this container. And the number of tons of plastic that enter the ocean annually. Come on guys, we've got to sort this. Stop using plastic, stop littering, let's make the world a better place. Anyway, you didn't come here for lectures, you came here because we're going to build a bloody tank. We're going to build a tank in Polybridge. You're meant to build bridges in this game, but no, we're building a tank. And potentially, I'm not going to commit yet, we're going to have a limousine railgun. So we're going to be shooting limousines out of our tank. And while this is going on, I recently made a community post and I asked everyone, make some assumptions about myself. So rather than the classic Q&A, I'm going to be reading out your assumptions and then correcting them if I need to, whilst I build this tank. We're going to start off with, I assume you're going to make an epic return to Polybridge. Oh yes, here we are. And we're sort of going to use the old cog layout. Let me just turn the grid off. So I used this cog on the motorbike that I did for my 200 subscriber special. And I'm going to turn the chain from that into the tank tracks. So if I put another piece of road under there and then just cross brace these, then we've got a nice chunky bit of track. And as you can see with the car going mental, it does hold. By the way, to celebrate this awesome milestone, head on over to my Teespring store where you can use the code BOOSH to get 10% off everything throughout the whole of August. Just add it to your cart, proceed to checkout, and enter code BOOSH. Anyway, I assume you have an addiction to dong jokes and images. Listen, I don't know where this rumor has come from. Like, all I've been doing on this channel is occasionally sharing some engineering know-how, teaching you what the strongest shape is. And I don't know where this rumor started or where it came from. Oh god, why do I feel a montage coming? I feel a montage. What's that noise? What's that noise? And to me, that's just efficient junction design. I don't see anything wrong with that. So yeah, that's cool. That works. That's a knob, if ever I've seen one. Sorry, I was just trying to look at... There's another knob! And a clock tower. Sorry, clock tower. There's a clock up there, I promise. We'll just carry on with where we got to for now. Oh my god, someone's graffitied the skate park! There is our prison for architects. Oh my god, oh god. Oh, there's a thumbnail. There's the thumbnail. It's a knob! It's a tree, it's a knob forest. Look at that. Yep. It's a dildozer. So... We're through. We are through, though. We've got that shape. That can't just be me, surely. I'm being followed by these things. I spent like 10 minutes scrolling earlier. I think it's infinite. Literally, I'm not even joking, that looks like a penis. Okay, yeah, I cocked up. You're quite right, I'm obsessed. Alright, so just turn the speed and acceleration down of this car. And now, as you can see here, the tank trap bit did actually hold. So we can copy this and just rotate it about the cog. So, I assume you read engineering stories to children so they don't grow up to be architects. I mean, there's a lot of kids that watch this channel. So, technically, I think you're actually a 2D cartoon character. I mean, no, I literally have a proper real person's body. But my face, on the other hand, could be cartoon. Which actually brings us on to the next assumption. But it wasn't really an assumption. It was more everyone just spammed the comments saying they wanted to see my face. I usually tell people if they want to see my face, just Google Brad Pitt. We're basically identical. But yeah, those wanting a face reveal, I've hidden my face throughout the video in pieces. So if you want to see what I look like, you're going to have to stick them all together. Here's the first piece. Flash up on screen for a second. Take a screenshot, cut it out in paint, whatever. Stick it together and you can see what I look like. Anyway, I assume you have a magnificent beard. I mean, technically, in my 100k special, you can actually see my beard. That was one of the... That was quite a popular comment on that video. It was, you can actually see his beard. I feel like you're rich and making at least 250k a year. No, unfortunately not. Engineers aren't very well paid. At least in this country. I think America they are. If you're American, go be an engineer. I think you get paid pretty well. If you're British, no chance. Don't do it. Don't do it. And the only thing I can make 250 of a year, apart from dick jokes. Our subscribers, which is pretty cool. I'll take that. I assume you are a teenager currently going through puberty that has been adorned with facial hair.
And a deeper than normal voice.
That would account for your assumptions on what constitutes the strongest shape. It's not an assumption, it's the strongest shape. And no, I'm in my 30s. I'm in my 30s. I assumed you were a Brazilian drug baron posing as a civil engineer to befriend people involved with large construction projects over the interwebs, thus gaining access to a real supply of fresh concrete pour locations for nefarious body removal. Tell me I'm wrong! I'm going to make an assumption that you have a basement full of architects, slowly and very painfully killing them through engineering means that they couldn't possibly understand. No, unfortunately not. That does give me a good idea. The only person in my basement is my editor Schmeichel, who's currently chained up down there, getting some videos out for me. My other editor Scarecrow, he's a bit too switched on. He won't go down those stairs. I keep telling him there's good stuff down there, but he's more clever than he looks. Alright, so with this sort of complete, I'm going to drag all of this to the other side, and that should make us a nice little tank track. And then if I just copy the cog and the cart, we should be good. I think you have a secret evil architect. To be fair, you don't need to put evil if the word architect is there. You can just say architect brother, because evil means the same thing. Who you hold resentment for, and your videos are a way to cope with it. No, there are a lot of brother assumptions in this, and surprisingly, I don't have a brother or a sister. I'm an only child, or what I used to think that term was, a lonely child. Alright, so everything's set up. I'm just connecting my two cogs together with a few muscles, and now it actually works. Oh wow, it actually works. So my holder that's holding the cars isn't quite right. I just need to add a few more pieces, I think. But with those two pieces in, it should stop the cars from rotating around the cog. Yes, and here we go. This is the basics of our tank. That actually looks bloody good, and it's working as well. We're actually moving. I'm quite impressed with that. I assume you're going to get 500k subs by the end of the year. I've certainly contributed to it. I'm not gonna lie, that would be nice. Yep. Not gonna hold my breath, but stranger things have happened. I mean, this is my 250k special, so... I assume you'd love an extended stay in Finland. It's like INFRA, but with less death on the job. That sounds magical, not gonna lie. I love INFRA, one of my favorite games. I'm assuming that you're so sick, yes. Rad, yes. And hip, yes. That you can do a double backflip on a trampoline, no. I can do a single backflip though. As a kid, I was like well into my trampoline, and like front flips, side flips, 360 flips, all the flips. No idea if I have any videos of that, but if I do, they're currently on screen. Whoa, look at me go, whoa. You're definitely the type of person to sleep in a bunk bed. I mean, what's wrong with that? They're very space efficient. I feel like you put a bunch of drawing materials in a bag and a co-worker stole them at some point. No, but I tell you what someone did steal from my office. My bloody umbrella. Now I hate it when it rains. I get wet. I assume the real engineering happens on your secret OnlyFans page. Yes, you're quite right. Along with feet pics. Lots of feet pics. I assume that the whole engineer thing is just so you can make D jokes in the event video. Yes, only the mighty engineer can make phallic jokes. I assume you are exactly average height down to the very millimeter. No, apparently I'm actually quite tall. I'm 6'1". So on the taller side of average, but not exceptionally. Alright, so to make it a bit more tanky, I've added some custom shape wheels. I'm just connecting them in. And now when we play, oh, it's a bit rickety. I think I need to add that connection and that connection. There we go. And now the track doesn't sag anymore. And it just looks a bit more like a tank as well. I assume you are a silly drunk, one that gets all huggy. Oh man, there's a story that I really do not want to tell on this channel, but I'm going to because it's a special video. So when I first started my engineering job, we were talking about like nights out and stuff and what type of drunks we all are. And I stupidly said I'm the type of drunk that gets all floppy. Yes, floppy. I meant like my arms, my legs, they all go a bit limp and just, I don't know, I sway. Like I'm that sort of drunk. But obviously, all my other colleagues took it to mean something different. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably too young. So let's move on to the next one. I think you're basically the spiffing Brit, but coffee flavor instead of Yorkshire tea. Like if you met each other, you'd be astounded how alike you are. Well, that is where you're wrong, my friend. I truly despise the flavor of coffee. The Queen would be so ashamed. I in fact love the fresh and delicate taste of Yorkshire tea. That was a terrible impression. I am sorry, Spiff. I am sorry. Alright, so I remembered I had a mod where I can change the colour of these steel beams. What button was it? No, not that one. There we go. There we go. So now I can color all of these in black. And that should just make it a bit more tank-like. I assume you know how to skateboard. Yes, well, ish. I've dabbled. I used to blade quite a lot. The old roller blades till I broke my arm. And then while my arm was broken, I learned to skateboard. But these days I don't do either. I tend to stick to a little bit of surfing. Not really anymore, but mainly snowboarding. I love snowboarding. Yes, look at that. That's looking more like a tank. Right, so I've just drawn the body of the tank and the barrel. We're going to look at how to create a limo rail launcher. So first of all, I need a limo, and we'll put you in the barrel. I'm then going to use road as the bottom of the barrel. Right, so you can see I've used the army green just to make sure everything's in place. The barrel is good to go. There's a bit of a bounce because our tank's quite far off the ground. But for now, I'm just going to enclose the limo. So now it doesn't escape. Alright, so now I'm going to do a really engineer thing. I'm going to just wang the physics of this limo to the max. And this should launch itself. Ready? That went way further than I was expecting. Incredible. Okay, so it's actually the next day. I've gone back. I've just sort of built in the body. Unfortunately, the mod doesn't save the colors. So we're back to a red tank, but I will sort that out at the end. But for now, I just want to make some stuff work. So I've added this arm so we can raise the barrel. Yeah. That's really cool. But I'm sort of thinking, I want to add a bit more ammo. Like maybe some sort of contraption where I can pile up some limousines. So if I put them behind the original limo and maybe stack them, I might be able to use hydraulics to like raise them up each time. I assume you wear a hard hat 24/7. I mean, safety first. I assume you are secretly an otter. I don't know, you just seem like that sort of guy. Wait, is that the noise that otters make? Or is that walruses? I don't know. All I do know, that was probably cringy. Next. I assume you didn't think you'd get this far on YouTube. You know what, Bacon? You are not wrong. Literally, I thought maybe if I could reach 1,000 subscribers one day, I'd be super, super pleased with that. Now, the fact we're like 250 times my biggest expectations ever is just absolutely incredible. And I'm so grateful to every single one of you that's pressed that button. So thank you very much. I can't even express how grateful I am to be doing this. I love doing this. Very much considering this is going to be my new job. But no rash decisions yet. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. I assume you're actually a 48-year-old mother of 6. Marcy, Dylan, Elroy, Louise, Brandon, and Stephen from Maine. YouTube is just your side hustle because your true passion is interior decorating, but since COVID you haven't been able to find much work. So you started this channel instead around the possession of your ex-husband, Chad Engenhoff. You miss him dearly and cherish the times that he would take you out to build sites or out pressure washing, or when he would just wrap you up snugly in his blueprints and tell you everything would be okay. Your name is probably Melinda or something, but you wouldn't have taken Chad's name because you have your father's last name. He was a decorated army vet who survived getting shot down twice during Nam. His name was Elroy St. James. When he died, you held a Viking funeral for him and swore to never drop the St. James name. Ah, guilty. I got a bit carried away in the old assumptions there, but I've been playing about in the background. I've got quite a few different hydraulics going on and some extra road just to guide the other shells, as we're calling them. You can see now, cannon up, fire! So cool. Next one, fire! And then you should see hydraulics moving. And then the next limo is in the barrel, fire! Oh, it's so cool. I absolutely love this. And then I'm just trying to tweak this last one into position. It's not behaving at the moment. But I think I can just fiddle with this and we should be good. Let's have another assumption. I assume when you go on a night out, you equip yourself with a wallet, spanner, and level. I mean, if I'm out, I'll just take a wallet, but I wouldn't dare go out without a spanner and level. You have no idea how many times they've got me out of a tricky situation. Right, so after a bit of fiddling and a few cables and hydraulics and stuff going on, I'm pretty sure I've got this to fire all of my ammo now. Is it weird that I'm calling limos ammo? Anyway, but now I wanted to sort of make this level a bit more interesting. So I wanted to see if we could use our tank tracks to get up a bit of a hill. So if we head into sandbox mode, we can literally just drag these like up a little bit. And if we now play this, let's see, will it have the power? Oh, it does. Oh, it is struggling a little bit. Oh, and it's stuck on top. Okay, how about then if we click on these monster trucks, we can go to physics, and the horsepower is currently 20 meters per second squared. So if we go crazy horses on this, and that should get up there a bit easier. I've even made these a bit taller, just so it's a bit more obvious in this 3D view. So let's see how we get on now. Oh yeah, barely struggles now. Look at this. Oh, and it sort of tilts like a real tank. That's so cool. Okay, now I want to see, can we span like a gap? So just deleted 2 of these terrain pieces, and now we have like a bit of a river going on. So when you look at this, look, a river. Worried it might be a little bit too big. Ready? Is it gonna cope? Oh, it's going straight down. Oh no, I did it. Go on. Go on, tank. Look at that. Ooh, that is bloody wicked. Alright, so now I think it's time to get the old mod menu out and try and paint this bad boy up. I'll tell you what, it has been a while, but as a bit of a throwback to my very early Polybridge videos, let's do a bit of a time lapse, and you can catch me humming along to the Polybridge theme tune. Those were the days. Right then, and here we are. Here is our tank. Quite like the green colour. I'm a bit disappointed I had to put roads across and I can't colour them in. I did try and put... Oh god, it weighs a bit more now. I've added a few nodes, so it struggles to get across the gap a bit now. Hopefully this side will still be fine. Oh, yep, just about. Alright, and then it launches the limo railgun. Boosh. Oh, and he just made it. Ready? Fire. Boosh. And this one. Boosh. Nice. And the final one. I hope this will still work. Go on. Go on. Just a bit of patience. Takes a while to reload the last bullet. Oh, colouring it in ruined something. I'm guessing spanning that bridge made it a bit wobbly and it sort of shook everything up. And just in case you're wondering what we're shooting at, no, it's not architects, unfortunately. It's 250,000. Boosh, take him down. If you're a long-time viewer, you're probably wondering where the hell is the knob this episode? There she is. Oh, no. It's sinking. It's sinking. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering what the face looked like, you don't want to go to the trouble of sticking it all together and stuff. Here it is. Look, all the pieces going back together. I told you I look like Brad Pitt. I told you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. I really hope you enjoyed this milestone. I couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you very much. Peace, love, and bridges. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.